Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, 576,000 Roku players and TV accounts have been hacked. We'll tell you what to do here. You may have already been notified, but if you haven't, there's a simple way to protect yourself with this. More local television station associations are pushing the FCC to transition cable television companies and others into YouTube TV into cable TV companies. We'll tell you what that means, why that's important to cord cutting, and more. And Roku has quietly launched another new Roku remote. We know about the Roku Pro Remote 2 last week. They slipped out another one without a lot of press. We'll tell you what it is. These stories and a whole lot more coming up here in a quick second. First though, if you're new here, you can find a link to every story I talk about in the first pinned comment and in the show notes down below. If you want to learn more about Cord Cutters News, check out our channel page or hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up if you like what we do. It really will help us. With that said, let's dive into it. Starting off with Roku, late last week announced that they've discovered 576,000 Roku accounts were accessed by people not their owners. And basically what happened here is earlier this year, Roku reported that a database of Roku accounts had been posted online. And from the examination of it, it appears what happens is people use the same username and passwords on multiple websites and services. One of those services gets compromised, not Roku in this case, but they use the username and password that they found on that other website to test out against like Roku and other places. And that's what's happened is 576,000 Roku owners have reused their password somewhere that got compromised. So the same email and password was reused. That allowed people into the Roku accounts. Now with that, a few things here. That will allow people maybe to buy purchases, subscribe to streaming services, and watch them through your Roku account without you knowing it, but you're getting billed for it. Now to address this, Roku is resetting the passwords for all affected accounts. When you try to log in next, it'll pop up a message saying you need to reset your password. Roku's also setting up two-factor authentication, which is the system where if you log in, you get a text message, you have to enter it. Now, all Roku owners can use that. There is a link in our story down below. If you want to go set that up, you can find out how to do that. Would highly recommend people do that for anything that's a paid account nowadays. I know it's a tiny bit of annoying, but really how often do you log into your Roku account? Honestly, for me, it's very rarely. So having that extra little text message security, so if somebody does compromise your system, they still have to, or username and password, they still need your phone in order to get into your accounts. Highly recommend that you do take the time to change your password. Even if you weren't contacted, it's probably good. Maybe use a password manager. Don't reuse passwords, especially don't reuse password to paid services on free random websites out there. And do your best to try to protect them. So keep a close eye on this. Again, if you're affected by this, you should have been contacted by Roku. Even if you weren't, it's a good idea not to reuse passwords, change your passwords, and enable that now available two-factor authentication. All right, let's keep moving along. For some time now, local television station owners have been trying to get the FCC to reclassify services like YouTube TV, Hulu+, Live TV, Sling, and others as cable TV companies. Now, this will do a lot of things, but for locals, the big thing here is currently, like if YouTube TV or Hulu or Fubo wants to go strike a deal with the CBS stations, they go to Paramount and they strike a deal that represents all CBS stations, for example. Under this change, that method would end, and then locals would negotiate directly with places like YouTube TV, Fubo, Hulu+, Live TV, and others. Now for locals, this brings the possibility of more money if they strike a better deal without having to just accept a big, massive deal. Remember, not that long ago, like a year ago or so, Fubo struck a deal with Paramount. Several major owners of locals were not happy about it, and they pulled their CBS feeds off of Fubo. And they ended up being replaced by a national feed. So you got all the CBS primetime and sports, but you didn't get your local news and other local programming from Fubo. That lasted a little while until locals ended up accepting some type of deal. The exact terms were not announced, but I think this is going to become more and more common. They don't want to be just accepting the Paramount deal. They want their own deals. Now, there's a lot of other things that go into it, but in my personal opinion, I think that's the main drive here, is basically forcing streaming services to abide by the same rules as cable television companies. Now, the National Association of Broadcasters, which represent all these individual ones, or most of them, has been joined by other associations, ABC, CBS, and I think NBC. I don't think Fox has joined this yet. but these independent associations, there's been loud vocal support from large owners of television stations out there who are pushing for this to become a reality. Look for this to be a major argument in 2024. Of course, Fubo, YouTube TV, and others have created their own alliance to fight this, saying the FCC has no authority to do this. We're going to keep a very close eye on it. But watch this. This isn't done. This is a serious push. Local stations are going to spend a lot of money to lobby Congress, to lobby the FCC to reclassify streaming as cable TV, to put it more under the control of FCC and give them more authority in how they negotiate with these services. All right, let's keep moving along. T-Mobile is reportedly working on getting a new and improved Wi-Fi. Now, T-Mobile for a while has had 5G home internet Wi-Fi, but it's a single station, and you could plug in other Wi-Fi routers. Well, now in an FCC filing spotted by the mobile report, T-Mobile is building a mesh system that will allow them to go out there and have multiple repeaters through your home for better, stronger Wi-Fi throughout your home using the T-Mobile 5G home internet. Now, when this will be released is unknown. It's getting FCC approval, which is what you need to do before it gets announced. But this is really great for 5G home internet customers. One modem may be enough for an apartment, small home. If you have a large home, or maybe you want it's not a large home, but you want to make sure your backyard is covered with Wi-Fi, this mesh system will make that very easy. You'll be able to buy basically a repeater that will quickly allow you to go and spread your Wi-Fi to more areas. I use a mesh system like this in my home, and I'm very happy with it. All right, let's move along. A lot of stories to cover today. TCL TV Plus, the free ad-supported streaming service from TCL. Currently available on Google TVs. They say TCL Roku TV is coming soon. It is launching its first original content, and it's going to use AI to help create this movie. It's a love story movie, and AI is it's basically being generated by AI. I'm kind of interested to see if this is any good. I'm sure if they're going to put it out, they think it's good. I'd love to know what some people say when they see it. But this is a movie called Next Stop Paris. Showcase TCL's product team from the US, Canada, UK, and Poland, leveraging technology to enhance storytelling through high-quality animation and design using AI. Very interesting to see how this works. Look for AI-generated television shows and movies to become more common very soon. Let me know. That's the question of the day. What do you think about AI actors, AI voice generated, AI script, pumping out movies and television shows? I mean, no matter what we say, AI is going to have a partial impact in how films and movies are created going forward. It's too useful not to do, I think, for studios. But how about completely AI generated content? What do you think of that? Leave me a comment. Let me know. All right. Next story up. Speaking of new movies being AI generated, let's talk about classic movies. Maybe you'd rather go back to classic. The Criterion, Criterion, dyslexic moment. Not going to really try to say that again. But this is a collection of classic movies, art movies, and the like. Even some newer content here. But they're best known for their catalog of classic movies. Well, they've launched a 24/7 channel. Now, if you love their content, but you're kind of like, I don't know what to watch, I just want to put on a background classic movie, now they have a 24/7 channel available to subscribers. Very much like Turner Classic Movies idea here, just a continuous feed of classic movies. So really nice to see them expanding into that. All right, if you are a Showtime subscriber, not Paramount Plus with Showtime, but you still have the old Showtime, either through a cable provider or through Showtime itself, that app is going away. Now, Showtime got rebranded earlier this year to the Paramount Plus Network, is what it's now called. The Showtime subscription standalone streaming service and app for like some cable providers was still around. Well, now at the end of April, that will be going away. If you want to stream Showtime content, you're going to need to get Paramount Plus with Showtime or subscribe to it through a cable or even a YouTube TV to the new Paramount Plus network. This is going away end of the month. I don't think this probably affects a lot of people. I bet most people have moved over because I think it's only like $1 or $2 more to get Paramount Plus with Showtime. And you get a lot more content. Let me know, are you still on the old one out there? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, let's dive into the question of the day. If you have a question of the day for me And leave a comment down below. Make sure it starts with something like a question for Luke, so I know it's something that you want me to answer in one of these videos. Sometimes I'll answer them here, sometimes I'll answer them in the comments. Today's question is, any hope of Hulu, and I'll add other streaming services, adding back Bally Sports? Now, Bally Sports has been in bankruptcy for a while, and they're still working their way through bankruptcy. They're asking for a little extension. For a while, it looked very much like they were going to shut down this year. After the Major League Baseball season, they were going to go away. Then they got a little bit of a lifeline from Sinclair and Amazon injecting money into them as part of a partnership to move streaming eventually to Amazon and to end a lawsuit between Bally Sports' parent company, Diamond Sports Group, and Sinclair. Now with this though, you know what it is? The screensaver, because it took too long. With this though, you'll be able to stream your content on Amazon, and Amazon's giving Bally Sports money, allowing them to continue to produce content. And they intend to keep going past this year's MLB season, which is originally the goal to be shut down. Now, they'll need a new name because Bally Sports will not be keeping the Bally Sports name. Their sponsorship with the Bally's group that renamed them there is ending. And after the Major League Baseball season, they'll need a new name or maybe a new sponsor if anybody's interested. So though, over the years, many streaming services have dropped them. Dish, who dropped them early, said, hey, it's not watched by a lot of people. People who love it do love it, but it's very expensive. They want it in the base package, and so few people watch it, but it's one of our most expensive channels, so we dropped it. They didn't think it was important. Now with Bally Sports offering a direct-to-consumer streaming for many of their channels, again, a lot of streaming services are saying, why should we add it back to Hulu, have to add a cost to our service, but when you can go to Bally Sports' website and subscribe to them directly in most of their areas. Not all, but many of them. And I think that's the reason why we're not going to be seeing it come back to YouTube TV or Hulu. At least not unless Bally Sports is willing to take a huge cut of what they're getting from services, and I don't think that's going to be happening. I don't think they're going to allow Hulu to carry it for even $10 a month if they sell it for $20 a month on their own direct-to-consumer service. And I think that's the cause here. As long as it's more profitable for Bally Sports to go direct, I think they'll continue to do that. And I think Hulu and others have just said it's not worth it. While many people do like it, if you're a sports fan of those teams that play on there, you absolutely want it. But let's be honest, there's millions of other people who don't. And I think that's the tough thing here. It's always this balance game between giving you content and how much they have to charge you to offer that content. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'll love to hear from you. Until next time, take care. Be safe. I'll see you tomorrow.